In 3 years' time, we'll be in production on gold, producing over 200,000 ounces. We'll be in construction on the polymetallic, producing the equivalent to more than that. So KEFI is about to go from being an explorer in a frontier market to being the first mover developer.
Hi and welcome to the Assay TV. We're very pleased to be joined today by Harry Anagnostaras-Adams, Executive Chairman of KEFI Gold and Copper. So thank you very much, Harry.
Pleased
it's great
to
have you here. Thank you. So we're gonna talk to you a bit today about KEFI and get some updates from you. So we know KEFI's been focused on the Arabian-Nubian Shield since about 2008. And we've read that now the region is taking off with Ivanhoe, Barrick and some others committing to large exploration programs. So what's changed and where do you see the region heading?
Well, we're focused in the two larger countries, Ethiopia and Saudi Arabia, have been since 2008, as you said. And I'd say that until about 2 years ago, it was like wading through treacle at the best of times, to be honest. I always felt confident. I was born in that part of the world and I feel some cultural affinity or empathy, so I feel it wasn't naivety, but it was always a matter of time. And but the last 2 years it pivoted in both countries for different reasons, but it pivoted, and now mining is something that the authorities want done yesterday. And they're adjusting to the fact that it takes time, but we happen now to be first mover in a sense in both countries.
Great. And we know you've got 3 development projects and a large exploration pipeline. So what are the main short-term milestones for KEFI?
Well, it's all pretty imminent in Ethiopia, which is the first project to go into development. In that the last big hurdle for us in Ethiopia to trigger development is exemption from the capital controls that thwart modern project finance for mining. And it's pretty demanding, project finance for mining, because all the capital is deployed up front and it takes time to recoup. So we expect that breakthrough this month. All the documentation, facility agreements with banks and all the related documents and with contractors are all ready. So we'd expect in the following month or so for final credit and board approvals to approve execution of all those documents. And then it's sort of moving forward into placing our insurances and mobilising the contractors. So it's all quite imminent from that point of view. And as I say, it's after 14 years of wading through treacle, it's quite different.
Yeah, excellent. So where do you see the company in 3 years' time then?
3 years, there'll be 2 gold projects up and running. The Ethiopian one I've just referred to, Tulu Kapi, and the first project that we'll develop in Saudi Arabia is a gold project also, similar scale but lower grade. And so there'll be 2 gold production units, and we'll then move to develop the largest of the 3 projects. Its metal content, so to speak, is already larger than the other 2 combined, and it's still growing. It's a polymetallic, copper, gold, zinc, silver. There's a very similar deposit operating not too far away. So there's a few pointers on its operating, definition and metallurgy and so on. But it's still growing. So we'll get the gold ones up and running before we start that one. So in 3 years' time, we'll be in production on gold, producing over 200,000 ounces. We'll be in construction on the polymetallic, producing the equivalent to more than that. So KEFI is about to go from being an explorer in a frontier market to being the first mover developer in those markets, and being the equivalent of what people call a mid-cap in a few years' time.
Great. And how are you what will you be doing to fund this growth?
Most of the capital is really down at the project level. I don't think it's a secret to anybody that the stock markets for junior mining have been particularly weak for a decade or more. So we've really focused on project financing and partnering. So we've got joint ventures in both countries. We're the majority in Ethiopia, and we've brought banks and contractors and regional investors to the table. They're familiar with their country, with their region, and they've been a far more patient and supportive source of capital for the country, for the company. And in Saudi Arabia, you don't have to bring capital to the country. The country is full of capital. And our partner is a majority partner, a Fortune 100 family office. So we're the technical guys. But better to have a minority share of a giant pie than 100% of a slice that never moves, so to speak. And the Saudi Industrial Development Fund has been mandated to prioritise mining, and so that these people are very close to us. They've already visited our projects, and we're very close to the authorities in both countries now that both of them are on the front foot for mining. So long-winded answer to say that the funding for development is done in the projects in the countries without any significant reliance on the stock markets. Great.
And tell us what makes KEFI a special investment proposition today?
Timing. Yeah. If a stock market investor has the ability to pick their moments to come in or to go out, unlike management who have to deliver and don't go in and go out. So whilst we're lauded for our tenacity and vision and all that sort of stuff, I think an investor in the stock market is more interested in picking their moments, and rightly so. And I think that this is the moment.
Great. Well, thanks so much. Thanks for speaking with us today, Harry. It's great to have you here, and we look forward to hearing more from KEFI in the next few years.
Thank you.